Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to see how to create login window using Android. So let's start. So to create a login window, basically first of all we need to design our GUI. So to design a GUI, we go to our design page. In design page, we took first one edit text for username, change the ID, also change hint property of edit text so you can easily understand what is the purpose of that edit text. So I am going to mention here enter username. So this particular edit box used for to entering username. So this is the use of hint property. Next we are going to use password field. So we already have a password field in a palette box. So just pick it from the palette box and also mention hint property for the password. Here enter password. So this is your username and password field. So you can also mention the labels over here using text view, but I am not going to mention because I am not required that, as we using the constraint layouts. That's why we need to apply constraint for each component as well. Then after username and password field, we require one button. So just take it from the palette. Just give the name signed in. So this is the name and ID is BT. You can change as per your convenience, no problem. Also I am going to change the password as a EDTP, so I can easily understand. So this is your design part. Just remove some warnings. Actually, Android Studio gives you a flexibility to fixes some warnings very easily. So use that feature and save your time. So like this, we are completed our design part. So straight away we go to the coding part. So actually, this design part consists three controls. First one, this is edit text, this is password field, and this is your button. So go to the coding part. So first of all, declare the control as we using the to edit text. So for those we declare to EDT1 and EDT2. Also we use one button as well. So for button ET. Same way. Now initialize those controls as well. So first one EDT1 equal to find view by ID r dot id dot edt1, likewise edt2, edt2 is equal to find view by id r.id.edtp, because we change the id of both the edit text. Here we have some minor error, just fix it, edt1, and now initialize the button as well. bt is equal to and view by id r.id.dt. So we completed our initialization process. So now what we have to do, first of all, once we click on the sign button, it checks the username and password which is entered by the user in respective fields. If both are correct, then your login is successful. So for that, first of all, we need to apply set on click listener event on the button. So we apply this event on the button, and here we need to mention code. So here we have to do one extra activity, which is that here add one layout file from new, which is activity file, and add only empty activity. Here we give the name for this activity success and just finish. So we added activity success. Using the purpose of this activity, once we made successful login, then we redirect to the success activity. So for that we added that particular activity. So go to the here and here. Now what we have to do here, now we have to code for checking the content of username and password field. For that we write the code like this: if edt1, this is for username, edt1 dot get text method is there. Using get text method we can retrieve the data of edit text1 and toString dot equals. This method we are going to use to compare the input entered into the edit box with our value. So equals, if we check. So one more thing is, we also going to implement intent in this particular practical. So here I am going to mention explicit. And we need to also check EDTP password as well. So EDTP here we need to check also password field. So that's why edt2 dot get text dot toString dot equals is equal to anything. 1 2 3 4 5. So using this line we are going to check the values entered into the edit box, and if it is correct then we should write the code for to successful login. So for successful login, what we do, if username and password is correct, then we go to the next page. So for that we are going to use the intent. So intent IT is equal to new intent. Here we need to mention get base context and the name of activity you want to move. So here, if the login is successful, then we should go to activity success. So for that, here we need to mention is success dot class. So what it do, if our username and password is correct, then your login is successful, and if your login is successful, then you should move forward to the next activity, which is called as a success. So this type of intent is called as the explicit intent. And in else we mention one message using toast dot make text. Here get application context message incorrect username or password, and we need to mention length as well, toast dot length long and dot short. So this is your basic example which we use to do a login form. So let's see first of all what we did. Here we design a login form and create a one button, and using that button we check the username and password. If it is correct, then we should go for the next activity. If it is not correct, then we display the message incorrect username and password. So this is basic login form using intent. So now check the output by running your form. To run your application, click on the run button. Now see, application is successfully deployed into the emulator. Check the output. I mentioned over here username and password. Click on sign in button. Okay, it's not working. Let's check our code once again. Okay, sorry. So we made some mistake over here. Here we created an intent, and according to intent we wrote the correct code till here, but we forget to start the intent using start activity. So we need to add some code to run application properly. Start activity, and here we need to mention intent. So now it will run properly. So check output once again. Run the application. Enter username and password over here. Click on sign in button. See, you are successfully moved to the next page. This is your success activity. We did not perform any name over here, that is why we cannot identify this is our success activity. For that we made some small change in our success activity here. In the design we just do some small change using text view, so you can easily understand you are successfully moved to this activity. So for that we just use one text view, and in this text view we change the name, so you can identify you are successfully moved to the activity, success activity. So here we just change the name, hello user, you are successfully logged in. So this message helps you to understand you are successfully logged into and your code is successfully executed. Just do some decoration using text appearance. I just change the color of text. Okay. Now run the application and check the output once. Check the output. Password is 12345. Click on sign in button. Now you can easily identify your code is correct and you are successfully moved to the next activity. So this is implementation of login window using Android and intent. So we basically implemented explicit intent over here. You can do implicit intent by another way. We will check that particular implementation of implicit intent in the next video. One another thing we miss, just check wrong username and password. You get it the message as well. See here, incorrect username and password. So this is your successful implementation of login window. Thank you for watching.